Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you real soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Hold your
Decided to go into pre-law, then journalism, and with no academic focus, my grades took off in their own direction. You will fail at some point in your life, accept it. You will lose. I found that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. You will embarrass yourself, you will suck at something. There is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living. I didn't quit. I prayed. I prayed. So you will catch a break, and I did catch a break.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you. And I think you'll have to listen. Because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day. My beginning will be
Along
as
the
bright
toddler
as
has
the
been missing
sun.
in Savannah.
And as you come around, and it feels so good, it's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart, doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give, something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now I know. Baby, baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give, something's telling me it's right. When you came to me, oh I knew it's you, yeah, boy.
Where is Cody?
Hey family, how's everybody doing? It is Wednesday, you guys. I'm back. Thank you guys for showing up on this crazy Wednesday in May. Ha ha ha. In May. I'm glad you guys came on in. We're going to talk a little bit about what's going on the trial. I am going to, I guess that don't need to be charged up. I'm going to charge up some stuff because I've been out trying to handle business. And I'm a little bit late. I told you guys I'm going to try to make it in where you guys can get some free chances of getting some tickets on in there. And that's what I'm going to try to do. Sometimes I can do it. Sometimes I can't do it. I'm trying to finagle a lot of hats right now. But thank you guys for showing up. I want to give a shout out to everybody that came in the building, especially the ones that came in first. We got Sanja Watts in the building. Your boy said hello. Yes, he did. He wanted to let everybody say hello. He said, "Make sure it's on your watch now." I said, "Hi. I'm in school." He gets out of school tomorrow. It's his last day of school, and then they're done for the summer until summertime. He's not going to go to summer school, but yeah, that's what's going on with Pooh Bear. So yeah, and we got Danielle in the building. Highlights, Barry Sports and Highlights. Thank you guys for showing on up. And then we got Miss Dee Dee. She said, "Happy Wednesday." Tina Powers. She said, "Hey, hey, 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 hey." We got Woke to God in the building. She's saying hello to everybody. Oh, Woke to God in the building. She's a new member again. Hey, hallelujah. Margie said popcorn. Margie Mack is in the building. This is a family, you guys. Nancy LaRose is up in here. Thank you, Nancy, for showing on up. Zena, she says, "Good evening, everybody." Nancy LaRose is saying, she's reaching out. She's saying, "Hi, everybody, come on in." We got Lisa Calhoun. We got Zena Turbert in the building. My phone is just going crazy. I hate that. I'm going to have to tell my daughter to get that off my phone because I don't like all of that. She said, "SP, late today. We forgive you." Girl, I am trying to do the darn thing. Trust and believe. Yeah, I'm trying to get some things. I'm trying to get back enrolled in school, and they're giving me numbers and stuff, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna do it, and get it done. And one minute we're in, next minute we out. One minute we got a car sold, the next minute we don't have one sold. And one minute we've got this car fixed, next minute this one breaks down. And Valerie, she said, "I have to call in. She's got something to share with you guys." Let me see how much power I got on here. Okay, you can call on in. You can call on in. Let me see the highlights on here. She said, "Yeah, Valerie got to call in and share with you guys some stuff." Now, I was waiting for the trial to come back on. For some reason, I thought it was just going to come back on in the same station. And I think I missed a second half because they came back on and I still got it on my TV that I'm still waiting for them to come back, and they done already came back and had the second half of the trial where the defense done came on in. But we'll talk. Let Miss Val share with you what she got to share with you. Hey, Miss Valerie.
Hey, family. I made a boo-boo yesterday with Chris, the case we've been watching with the baby being killed by his dad on the treadmill. The other baby, James, is not related to him. I tried to get this. So when SP said she was going to pop, I said, "Let me go look at this thing." So I'm right. And I was wrong. So she got an apology. She has to this much. She can give it to Sonia Watts. Since they make sure you have her information right.
Okay, so what she's saying, if you guys couldn't hear her, the information that she gave us on Monday, she made a big boo-boo, she said. She says that the way that they presented the case, when she was watching it, they made it seem like they were talking about the same case, and in fact they was making a comparison to how another child died the same way as Corey died, but it wasn't another child in the Corey case, that the father is Christopher. So that's a whole different father, a whole different child, and it had nothing to do with the Christopher Gregor case.
Yeah.
She wanted everybody to know.
Because I don't want to make that mistake. Y'all usually have facts over here, and I'm watching through the night, thinking I got the fact. I should have got my better watch to when I got my over insomnia. But I'm just knowing, oh my God, it comes out out. And then I looked at it, so I got to correct that. So when that was on me. So Victor's that's my ticket as
And she hurried up and she called me, and then I didn't answer because I was doing this and working or whatever, trying to get some sleep or whatever. But then when I called her back, she was like, "I made a mistake, y'all, and I gotta make sure everybody know that yeah, it's no big deal."
To me, it is.
No, it ain't no big deal. But I mean, we were all like, "What? Really? Oh my goodness, he really is a monster." But I mean, I'm gonna tell you something though, and it's good that you just correct it, and all of that's forgiven because it wasn't done like you tried to do it or anything. It's just, hey, we just got the information wrong. But here's the thing: usually it really doesn't matter what you said or somebody said. We already think that of this particular person. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, that just added to the fire a little bit. I mean, but usually when somebody tell you something and you already got in your mind, you're like, this man is he hurt that child. He did that.
Yeah. And the dad did his rap sheet, so that is true. Christopher's dad, he was taught in church. He did that right rap sheet. They're not bringing that in, and they should, because I wonder what is all in there.
Right.
So I saw that.
And woke to God says accidents, mistakes, and all of that stuff happens. So
Yeah, and I'm
you
all over
you're good. You're good.
the Okay, listen, let me put this in the chair.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Right. So yeah, you guys, that's what we do. We just get it right, and we figure out what happened. So, today it's supposed to be in day 10 in the defense. So, I'm gonna share with you because I already seen what was day 9. So I looked at the morning one, but I didn't get to see the defense attorney. He tries to discredit the expert witness. Now I heard that everything that the expert witness said. The expert witness came on. She is certified to be a specialist for pediatrics, and you guys remember I told you at one time I specialize in pediatrics terminal illness. Somebody came in the chat and was like, what are you talking about? There's no such thing as being specialized in pediatrics and terminal illness. You either this or you are that or blah, blah, blah. And what I was trying to explain, which I just let the person just talking about, I've never heard of nothing called that or whatever. But at the end of the day, if you're got 10 years into something and that's all you do is that, I not only deal with pediatrics, but I got 19 years into terminal illness pediatrics. That makes you a specialist in that field. I mean, so now that I'm changing my field to geriatrics, I can't say I'm a specialist in it. I've only gotten in over a year and a half, because I spent 1 year and a couple of months at the one place, and I've got 3 months here at this place. So now, I can't say I'm a specialist with geriatrics. All I'm doing is I'm working and all this other stuff. She says, we are Cody's voices in the building. Says, absolutely does. Exactly. So this specialist came in, and she came in with a vengeance, you guys. When she came in, I was all ears, all eyes. I was trying to run in the house and look and read him. And let me tell you, my phone was burning up, blowing up. She told so much information. She let them know that she was not overqualified, but more than anybody else in here, she let them know that Corey did not die from sepsis to an infection or pneumonia. She said he never had a fever. All his vitals was normal. His gait, when you say gait, it's not like a gate that you open up from a fence and go out of a gate. When you say gait, if you guys don't know what gait mean, put a 1 in the chat. If you know what gait mean, put a 2 in the chat. If you know what it means, put a 1. If you don't know what it means, or if you don't know what it means, put a 1. If you know what it means, put a 2. But a gait, when somebody say gait, that means their stability to walk on their own. Okay? That's what a gait means. So as you get up from a chair and walk to the door, you ain't wobbling around, you ain't drunk looking like, you ain't stumbling and all this other stuff. I'm just letting you know. So when people talk about those things, that is the language or the verbiage or whatever you want to say, the jargon that, nurses, doctors, experience, witnesses, they all use words like that. Remember when I told you the first pediatric doctor that was on here, She couldn't even say the anatomical position. She would say they got to stand like this. And that let people know, especially attorneys know, like, hey, hold on. You a pediatric doctor. Why are you saying stand like this? What do you mean stand like this? Stand in front with the palms? Well, a CNA can tell you that's the anatomical position. Through any time when you examine anybody, dead or alive, that's the anatomical position right there. That you have to stand when you're talking about somebody's left side. Not your left side. What side are you talking about? Well, anytime that you're in the medical field and you're talking about a person, you say the left side. We all know they're in the anatomical position. That means facing forward with their palms up. You don't talk about nothing on your anything. You're talking about their left side. So what would that be? Their left side, right? But if you just say, oh, it was on their left side. Whose left side? Was it on the left side of this, left side of that? So when you're making notes in your nursing notes or anything of nursing, you say that person was laying down supine. What does supine mean? I told you guys 2 things you needed to know. Supine and prone. If you want to remember them, I'll let you know how an easy way to remember them. Prone. Okay? We remember them when you say a person is laying prone. That means they're laying on their stomach. You know how I remember that? I'll tell you how I remember it. I rhyme prone with bone because usually, not all, but men, not women, they have the bone in the front, right? So I always remember prone rhymes with bone. That means they're laying in the front. You'll get it mixed up, trust and believe. If you don't, find some way to remember it. And then if you're laying down on your back, it's supine. And I say supine, spine, supine. That's how I always remember. So when they're saying, okay, when you're making your note, you'll say, okay, the resident or the client, the patient is laying supine on his left side. Okay, got to remember, whether they're laying down or they're standing up, it's still the anatomical position. That means if they were laying, anatomical position, whether it's standing up or laying down, you still got to look at them in that way. When that first pediatric nurse, and I'm not disclaiming what she said. I mean, she wasn't a nurse. She was a doctor. She said that person was standing this way or that way. They were eating her up alive. And I was like, oh my God. She said, I'm lost. Don't be lost. Just get right on in the sauce. I was like, oh my goodness. I could have been on that stand talking crazy. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you got to know these things, because once a person can know, if you don't know these things or you don't say them when you're trying to talk about the position and all this stuff of the patient and the resident or whatever, they're going to be like, oh my goodness. And how long you been a doctor? That's what the defense said. And you teaching people? And she was like, yeah, and all this other stuff and talking really, really soft and this, that, and the other. And I said, oh my goodness. I don't know where she got her license from. I'm just saying, like, I was just shaking my head like, you usually tear up a nurse that way. And that's why when I took that medical terminology class, I've been a nurse for 19 years, but I just took a medical terminology class. But I know this stuff when I was a CNA. They taught this stuff when you're a CNA. You sometimes forget it, but if you got to write notes all the time, you're gonna remember this stuff because you got to write it over and over and over. Every day you go in, okay, residents, the temperature, the pulse, the blood pressure, the respiration, the lungs clear, LCTA, lungs clear to ulcetate. That's what that means. So that just means It's clear. You don't hear nothing. You don't hear no murmurs. You don't hear no whooshing. You don't hear no crackles. You don't hear no wheezing. That's what they were saying about Corey. There was nothing in his lungs. His blood, his labs came back normal. There was not an increase in his white blood cells, which lets you know he has an infection. He's fighting an infection. She said that they got all of this stuff back, but he was seen the day prior to his death, 24 hours before his death, on April the 1st. He was seen by a doctor. He didn't have a fever. All his vitals was fine. His respirations were normal. His blood pressure was normal. His lung, there was clear. It was LCTA, clear to acetate. That tells you he didn't have shivers. His gait was stable. This boy did not have an infection or sepsis infection. Anytime that you have sepsis infection, I'm going to just tell you like a TI is. Your blood count is not going to be normal. It's just not. Your body's going to try to fight off an infection. And they'll be able to see what kind of infection it is. Is it bacteria or is it viral? It can be a common cold. It doesn't matter. Your white blood cell count will be increased no matter what. She says, I thought that the doctor that seen him the day before said he had sepsis. I don't know what that doctor today. No, she did not say he had sepsis. The doctor, I don't know what the doctor that seen him. I'm just telling you what the expert pediatric doctor said when she went over everything. She said that she said, oh my God, I have had so many medical terminology classes. I was going to be a surgical assistant at one time. I finished the class, went to observation, and gave my position to someone else. What? Why would you do that? Girl. No. I was thinking about being medical surge, but I just decided it would have been easier for me to do medical surge, but I was a CNA before, so, and I like being a CNA. It wasn't nothing wrong with being CNA. I'm just telling you, I liked it. The money was good. I liked it, but I knew that my back is out. So continue being a CNA, I just could not do that. So anyway, because I don't want to see somebody on the floor. So I said, well, let me go back to school, and maybe I don't have to be picking everybody up. Maybe I could pick them one or pick up two, but I'm not going to pick up all of them. My teacher observed me watching surgery of child with a hernia and a knee surgery and decided it may not be for me. Girl, I wouldn't let nobody tell me it ain't for me. If that's what you want to be, then shoot, just keep doing it and just go be what all you can be. The Lord would have to tell me that I can't be. But they said it was no infection in Corey's body when he died, according to the expert. Yeah, it was nothing. There was nothing in there, you guys. And I don't know if you guys know, but Christopher is in jail. He has not been out. There was no bail for him to get out because he was a flight risk because he was out of town and he was trying to act like he wasn't. He was headed back, but it entered your mind to leave, and that's what you did. So, yeah, that's why you're seeing him in the same suit that he's been in, because he did try to run. He was going to run. And why would you run? You know what I'm saying? Why would you run soon as they tell you your child just died? Then you pack up and leave. Girl, I'm just telling you what he did. I'm just telling you what he did. But anyway, let me find this and let me read to you what it says, okay? I don't know if they have it up there yet. I don't think they do. It says 2 days, 2 days, 6 days, 5 days. I don't think they have it up there yet, but let me see. Let me see. Let's get off into this. Let's see here. Let's see. Do. So the expert witness, Dr. Annette, takes the stand during the trial. Ooh, let me see. I hate this thing. Come on. What we waiting?
Objection, Judge. Quiz?
No, it's a question. Why do we have forensic pathologists? Sarcastic, the judge. If you're telling me.
Your Honor, I just wanted to hear Your Honor's ruling on my objection.
So an argument if suppose you can answer her understanding of that if you want. You start asking other questions, so you can join that question. So forensic pathologists took blood cultures and you said that they're not reliable. Forensic pathologists took a CAT scan. You said that's not reliable, right?
I disagree with your first statement. Forensics pathologists don't take blood cultures. Physicians treating patients take blood cultures when they present, or when they're in the hospital.
But you disagree with some of the things that Dr. O'Donnell did, right? You said they were of no value.
I disagreed with a post-mortem lung culture.
You said it was of no value.
Right.
And the CAT scan of no value.
My understanding was that the CAT scan was ordered by someone else, but I might be wrong about that. But yes, that it's not interpretable.
So, how many dead bodies have you worked with?
Have I worked?
Yeah, recently.
No.
None. When was the last time you did an autopsy?
The last time I did an autopsy was when I was in medical school.
That was what, 10 years ago?
Well, thank you. But no, it was in 1979.
1970. So that was the last time you did an autopsy, right?
Can y'all hear?
So you have no experience in forensic pathology.
That's right.
You have no experience in working on dead people.
No, luckily most of my patients are alive when I take care of them.
Okay. So now, you got paid, right, to review this case?
Not yet, but yes.
You're going to get paid for reviewing the documents provided to you by the prosecution, right?
I expect yes.
Okay. You're going to get paid for discussing it with them, right? Did you meet with Ms. Schramm or Ms. Lento prior to walking through those doors?
Yes.
Okay. When you met with them, did they discuss the case with you?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if either one of them, I'm assuming people want to know have any medical degrees. So did you explain to them the medical technology?
Yes.
You did
She's-
something great when Ms. Schramm asked you a question. You actually corrected her on the word she used, right?
Not on the word, but on the pronunciation of the word.
And I'm sure you can do that over to me right now. So, and you're actually getting paid to sit right here and testify for them, right? Respect. Right?
Yes.
You're not a forensic pathologist, right?
I turned it up as good as I could.
You don't work on dead bodies, right?
That's true.
Do you evaluate a lot
He's asking her, do she get paid for coming on there doing her testimony? And she's telling him, yeah, she's getting paid, but
Today's the first day you're actually testifying in a court.
That's true.
this is her first time testifying in a courtroom. That's all he was trying to tell her, was she wasn't an expert because she was not a forensic pathology. She never has she never has done an autopsy since she's been in school, but she's getting paid for her expertise interview, which she's supposed to get paid. Anybody is going to get paid. If you calling somebody that's been doing this work for years and years and years, it doesn't matter if they're a plumber. If you call them as an expert witness, they're getting paid. Whether it's the defense side or the prosecutor side, they're getting paid. So he's trying to make it seem like, oh, so you're getting paid to say what they want you to say. No, let me tell you something. Her license is more valuable than getting paid whatever little money they finna give her that day. I guarantee you, her license is more valuable than whatever money they finna give her. She's not going to get on that stand and lie about her findings. I'm just going to... And so some people be like, but some people do it. I know some people do it. But let me tell you something. What she say has to be facts, and they have to be right. How can somebody disagree with somebody saying facts and rights? You have to know the logistics of what she is saying. If she's saying that his white blood cell counts was normal, then he did not have no sepsis pneumonia, no sepsis infection, or no sepsis anything. And so they did a blood culture, and that right there tells you. You ain't gotta, you don't have to have an expert to tell you that. That's just the truth. So while he's sitting there trying to discredit her, because he's like, you ain't never done an autopsy. You're not a forensic pathologist. No, she's not. You know what? She's not an astronaut either. But she does know when you have a normal white. Remember I told you guys I had a client and they were supposed to have HIV, but one day I was going to work and they called me and said, don't show up to work because the patient is at the doctor. And I was like, what's going on? And then they turned around and said, well, his blood count is elevated, and so the doctor's just checking him out or whatever. And I thought to myself, how in the world could his white blood cell count be elevated? Because he's got HIV. So then I called my unit nurse or my charge nurse or the on-call nurse. I can't remember who it was. Somebody in the office. And I said, I got a question. I said, well, they just called me off for work and told me, they'll call me when they get home or whatever. But the resident, the client or whatever was at the doctor's and they got an elevated white blood cell count. And they was like, okay, so what's your problem? I said, but this patient is HIV positive. They was like, huh? See what I'm saying? So is there something new I don't know? How can they have a increased white blood cell count? Because what that tells you is, guess what? You don't have to be a rocket scientist. You don't have to be a forensic pathologist. That tells you that they've got these antibodies in their body that is fighting off the infection, because that's what HIV is. It's a human immunodeficiency, immunodeficiency virus. HIV. So the reason why you die from it, because your white blood cell cannot fight it. That means it cannot increase. Because if it can increase, it's fighting that infection. Anytime you have a white blood cell count It's fighting infection. I know he had no sepsis. Girl, you can't tell me. I know he ain't got no sepsis. He didn't have no sepsis and he didn't have no pneumonia. You mean? Yes. Come on, soldier girl. HIV. You see what I'm saying? She made all the sense in the world. She just did. I did not get to see this part. I got to see when the prosecutors were asking her questions, which is all great. But that what I'm saying is, Soldier Girl says she lied, SP. What you mean she lied? Soldier Girl, what you talking about she lied? What she lied about? Who lied? What you talking about? What you talking about, Willis? What's going on? Who lied? The pediatric doctor? She can't. I'm telling you. She can't, baby. She didn't. She said the lady speaking that was on the court thing. The doctor, yes. Girl, call in. Call in. What did I miss? She can't lie. What did she lie about? Did she get caught in a lie or something? I'm telling you, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to know if you got a normal white blood cell count, there's no infection. That's all she said. There's no infection. There's no sepsis. She didn't say it was a sepsis. Somebody else is saying it was a sepsis. The doctor that they had on there today did not say. Actually, what you're saying, I don't know what you're saying. I have no clue what you're saying. You're going to have to call me. 316-553-3056. So, I'll type it in for you. My mistake, SP. Okay. Soldier Girl, that's fine. That's fine because I'm telling you, all I heard her just say, she's not the one that's saying, she said, no, Soldier Girl, that's fine. She's not the one that's saying that the baby has sepsis. She's saying that baby did not have sepsis. She's saying that baby had no virus. The baby's gait was normal. The baby had just been seen the day before it died. There's no way in the world the baby could have died for having sepsis because the infection would have gave him a fever. His white blood cell count would have been increased. Hey, Miss Tina Powell, what's going on?
Hey, well, actually, yeah, I didn't like that ding dong doctor, but anyway.
You didn't like who?
The doctor.
That was on there today?
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, she looked like she was a ding dong.
She was very. Okay, that's your opinion. That's your opinion. You good to have your own opinion, but take it in consideration. She was very knowledgeable.
Yeah, she was knowledgeable, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Something about her, I just didn't connect. You know.
Okay.
I just didn't connect.
Well, I can tell you, I listened to all her credentials, and if okay, let me explain to people what credentials is. Credentials is okay. What all you went to school in? What all do you have a degree in? Do you have a PhD? Do you teach? Do you train? Do you educate? Or are you certified? Or are you specialized in? This woman had all the whistles and bells.
Just because you got all the whistles and bells, that don't mean that. Well, anyway.
Okay, but I mean, what did she say that didn't correspond to her being I'll tell you what, if my child was laying somewhere 6 foot under, I want her to be an expert witness because I I listened to her speak about her credentials, and she wasn't talking like the first pediatric doctor that actually seen him.
Yeah.
I don't know what that pediatric doctor was talking about. I was like, that was like talking to a kindergarten.
Right.
So is you talking about her, or are you talking about the one today?
I guess I'm referring to the first one.
I think you are referring to the first one. I
Yeah.
think you are. They kind of they. Yeah, I think you are referring to the first one. The first one, she.
Kind of a bitch.
Yeah, it something was not like. Did she get her degree out of the mail, out of the cereal or something? That I think that's who you're referring to. I don't think you're referring to the specialist that they
I'm
called in
sorry,
today.
yo. I meant the first one.
Okay, got you, got you.
I got some news.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, so I've heard on Wavy TV 10, Governor Youngkin has signed a coding the alert for coding Facebook.
Okay, so it's official now.
It's official.
Okay,
Okay, so did y'all hear me? Do I need to repeat it?
repeat it.
Okay, so uh, come on up front to the ones in the back.
Okay.
So everybody come up front so that way, everybody can listen to me. Governor Youngkin signed a official bill that is named after Cody Bixby. It has been in law. He went to sign it today at 2:30. So it is official.
And this is Tina Powers that's telling you guys this. This is Tina Powers that
The ones in the back, did y'all hear me?
she thought Soldier Girl thought you was Nancy. She said thank you for calling in, Nancy. This is not Nancy, this is Tina Powers.
Miss Tina.
This is TP. This is TP, this is toilet paper.
I like it. Lord have mercy. So, yes.
Yes.
We got, well, my thing is, we got two cases, that has two babies. Well, the dad's name is Corey and the little baby named Corey, So, I was super excited when I flung it over and I was like, okay, can you talk? You say, yeah, for whatever time. But anyway, I was super excited. I was.
Oh, cool.
Do you see it?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to look. Trying to look it up
Do you
now.
need to redo it again?
No. I'm trying to. Okay, let me just go in here and just put it in here.
But you know what, SB, why you digging that up? So how could
Named
the
after
first
Cody Bixby, the child who was reported missing from Hampton in January 2022. The bills would create an emergency alert system aimed at helping individuals under the age of 18 whose whereabouts are unknown and their disappearance is under suspicious circumstances or poses a threat. So, yeah, this bill, the Cody Alert program, it was passed and everything, so it was named after Cody. It would create, said what it would create.
He signed it today, yo. The
March.
governor of Virginia signed it.
Good. So I guess we were waiting on that.
Yes.
It's not in here yet, so I'm getting all the March thing. Okay.
Okay, well, Miss Nancy, you keep an eye on it, and I will keep an eye on it also. But my question, SP, since the tricks are for kids, the first doctor, right? Okay, so how come she didn't pick up on what the second doctor was picking up on? I guess she got her stuff from Starbucks or the Cracker Jack box or whatever.
Right.
Exactly. Mhm.
I don't got no pain meds. Only thing I can say is some Tylenol. That's the best thing. Exactly.
Who's sick?
Oh, Soldier Girl, she asked me for some pain meds, girl. Where am I supposed to get some pain meds at? I don't take pain meds myself. The only thing I take is Tylenol and ibuprofen.
Exactly, SP. Exactly.
Shoot.
Honey bun, I'm glad to talk to you. Oh Lord, speaking of pain, my side. Okay, so I'm glad to talk to you, and I'm glad to share that exciting news. But girl, it is time for me to roll up off of here.
But you know what though? Okay, before you get off, I wanted to tell you I looked at Christopher's face today and he was hot when that doctor got off of that stand. He was hot. I mean, that, like I said, I didn't get to see the second half. I'm gonna have to watch it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get off of here and watch it now. But I'm not even gonna wait to go to work. I'm gonna just go lay in the bed and watch it because I had a hectic day today.
Oh, he's been looking like a red truck fire engine ever since this case done started.
But you know he's got this little his mouth is just straight, like he has no worry in the world. And his father was sitting back there, all the way in the back, and just sitting there.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
I was like, oh my goodness.
And then did y'all see that video camera when they showed when he went to Tennessee?
Yep.
Yeah.
The jurors is not going to get to see that.
What? Okay.
Yeah, the jurors are not going to get to see any of the footage of them stopping him and questioning him, searching the vehicle, him getting out, putting his hands on the car, talking about he used to be a football player, his son just died, he wasn't trying to go anywhere, and he was turned around, he was headed back to New Jersey, thought about going to his brother in California, and then his girlfriend flew in from New Jersey to there, and he picked her up at the airport. And they were like, I think he's going to go to Mexico. And he was like, well, that doesn't make sense. Why would I go to Mexico? My car is not even headed that way. They probably was going to go get something to eat or something. But he was definitely left the state. He did that.
Girl, he was just doing too much. Doing too much.
Exactly.
But they always say babies. He's not suffering no more. But I wish that I wish that he was here.
Right.
With us.
Right.
Just like every child that we talk about. I wish that they are here with us. But Corey's gonna actually Corey is speaking. In his own way. Beyond the grave and whatever. He's gonna get his justice. He is.
Right.
He is. And I can't wait to see when those handcuffs
Right.
on Chris.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So wrap it up, Chris. You're coming.
I think he's going to be found guilty because of this expert witness. I think she put that nail in the coffin, and they're going to bring another witness. They're going to bring a witness in that's going to try to discredit. He tried to discredit her by trying to intimidate her while she was on the stand, talking about, have you ever been at when is the last time you did an autopsy on a dead person? She was like, my residents are alive, they're not dead, thank God, but I haven't did an autopsy. What about, you don't agree with the forensic pathologist or something? When was you ever been a forensic pathologist? They know what they're doing. She's like, but you're not gonna, let me tell you something. if you didn't find an infection while the child was alive, what makes you find an infection while they dead? There's gonna be an infection while they dead. You know why? Because they're dead, and now their body is now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
So yeah,
Yep.
24 hours before that baby was deceased, you can't have sepsis that's gonna just take him out just like that. What kind of sepsis would this baby have in 24 hours? He just was seen on April the 1st.
Right.
And then he dead April the 2nd.
Second. Right.
And y'all ain't got no cultures that says that he's got pneumonia, he's got gangrene, he's got this, he's got that. But you got these bruises and you got these lacerations to his heart and his lung.
That's right.
But y'all want to say the baby died from septic pneumonia. Girl, bye. Okay.
All I can say is,
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
All right. Thank you, Miss
All
Tina.
right, baby Kate. All right.
All righty.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, we got that clear. We decided what's going on with this. Okay, so yeah. Well, there's nothing that a person could take other than you ain't got to take Tylenol, soldier girl, if you don't want to take Tylenol. But any drug that you take can damage your liver and all of that, because that's why I don't take a lot of drugs. That's why when people be like, the doctor be like, I'm gonna give you this, I'm gonna give you that. I say, honey, I ain't taking all that. I'm gonna let my body do what it's supposed to do. Yeah, bear the pain until you can't no more. That's what you do. Like, I'm not gonna take it like candy and gulp it down every day if I got pain or whatever. You got to take care of yourself. No medication. Medication is. I'm not giving y'all no type of medical advice. I'm just letting you know right here, right now. Anything that I've ever said, I'm only giving you information about, like, logic things, like what does this mean or what does that mean? What does gate mean? What does that mean? And yes, I can do that. Why? Because I've been in the field for 19 years. But I'm not giving you medical advice. I'm not telling you what you should take or what you shouldn't take or whatever. And everything is allegedly. So I don't want everybody sitting there talking about, she's giving us medical advice. I'm not. I'm just telling you what it means. Because something got crossed out. It's like, you gave them some medical advice. No, I'm not giving you medical advice. What I'm saying to you is anything that you take, you consult with your doctor. That's the best advice I can give you. And your doctor will tell you where to go after that. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to get off here and I'm finna go back and look at this. We'll pick up, see what they're going to say about this case. I'm very enthused about this case. I love watching it. I'm letting you guys know. I'm not so much in the riffraff about P. Diddy. And yeah, I've been watching it and people been coming to me, and talking about it. But I really ain't saying too much about that. Because to be honest with you guys already knew what was going on and all that. And like I said, I quit following him a long time ago. But I'm going to get off of here. You guys be good, be safe, be nice to each other, and love on one each other.